You do a lot of it. Well, another thing you were telling me about before we went live was that you spent the past 2 weeks, 6 days a week, going line by line through code and ensuring that certain things were correct from a cybersecurity perspective, which is a really important thing for software. And you're an expert in that space as well. So that makes sense that you would want that to go as quickly as possible, because it sounds to me like
right. And that's why I was showing you the keyboard, because I have macros, if you will, that quickly go to the next file, pull it up in a differential editor. I can quickly scan it and then close, and then it merges. It essentially copies from what the changes from one file to the other file. And so if my changes are in there, I have to hand pick it, right? I have to say, take that change and keep mine over here, and then take their change over there. But most of the files, it's only their changes. So I can quickly scan and say, yep, that file's okay, copy it, and then just get right to the next file. And so I use keyboard macros for that. And that's why I was talking about my keyboard. So I'm going to show it. I hope you don't get dizzy. But so
I'm always a little dizzy.
This is my two-handed keyboard, right? And what you can see is, I'll zoom in a little bit. These are all thumb keys. So because you can thumb under your palm, you can thumb under your palm. It's no big deal.
Are your buttons? Oh, it's just reverse because it's the camera. Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably in a mirror mode.
Yep. I was like, do you have your buttons in different places too? I was like totally mesmerized. No,
but backwards because of And so and part of what I was explaining is that these keys are palm keys. I just hit them with my palm. I don't hit them with my fingers. But in essence, the keyboard has what they call layers. And so if I hold this key down, it changes these to arrow keys, right? And if I hold this key down, it turns them into punctuation. And if I hold this key down, it turns them into like computer volume and mouse keys. I can move the mouse with my keyboard. So I can mouse click, I can mouse move, I can mouse right click.
Oh, wow.
And so this is all part of kind of a macro sense. And if when you're programming, your program editor has all these keys that do macros for you, such as I was describing. So I can load a differential between two files. I can quickly navigate between the changes. I can adopt one and take the other. When you're debugging, it's the same kind of thing. So like you might, in Windows, you do an Alt F4 to close the app, but when you're debugging, Control F2 does something, and Alt F7 does something else, and Control F7 does something else, and they you use some to step through the code, you use some to most of your programming editors, if you hover over a variable, you can use one key to see where that variable's used as a quick search, or you can use another key press to find where it's defined, right? So where the heck is this macro defined? Where is this variable defined? I guess the other thing I was going to show you is so this is the function key layer, and what the function key does is it turns one hand into a numeric keypad. So if you think of a number pad with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can hold that down, and when I hold this one down, it just becomes numbers. When I hold this one down, it becomes function keys in the numeric keypad fashion, right?
Well, you have to hold all of this in your mind. Like, the thing that is amazing to me is that, and I mean, of course it makes sense because you do this with such frequency that to learn it, to take the time to slow down and learn it, ultimately speeds up everything for you. But it's amazing to me to imagine you going through the process of creating, the space in your mind for what is where, and being able to conceptualize. Because when you say it's layered, it quite literally is within the buttons. It's like and I'm sure you keep it in your mind that way.
Well, so that's especially with so when you walk, that's not academic. It's not in your mind. It's actually in your spinal cord as a macro.
Oh wow.
And typing is the same way.